All right, it is time for What's Up and About, where we pick up a story on social media and we just talk about it. Now, today's story is not a very interesting one. It is sad, painful as well. I have my friends here, and this is something that has happened to our industry, and we really just need to talk about it. I would allow Winfrey to take this.
Yeah, so this is not just a story that was picked up social media, and that's because this particular one is actually quite, I mean, it hits home, right? Because Sumi Somtochukwu was a friend of mine. She was a beauty queen, Miss World Tourism Nigeria 2023. She represented Nigeria at the international competition. She was a lawyer, and she was a news anchor and reporter with Arise News, and it's really, really sad. I mean, I saw the message and the post last night, and it was just really, really heartbreaking to literally see. Sumi was bright. She was very, very bright. We've had her on Wake Up Nigeria when she actually won her competition. We interviewed her at the other office, and she was bright. She was one of those girls that you knew literally did not just come by regularly, right? She was a sharp girl. She studied law in Netherlands. She came back in Nigeria. I remember having that conversation with her, talking about like why she decided to come back, consider everything that's happening at home, and she was literally like, see, she loved this country. She was also a graduate. She literally just graduated from the SPPG School of Politics and all of that in Abuja. Like that was like last year. So now that's her picture during her cultivar ceremony, and it was just so heartbreaking to lose, I would say, someone you could refer to as a light. She was such a bright mind, and she had so many plans and so many dreams. I remember having a conversation with her. She was talking about when she was here in Nigeria, she was in Lagos rather. She was telling me about her struggles and how she literally just decided to take her happiness into her own hands and move forward and do things she really loved and really cared about. I remember we were going to have a conversation. I think more than anything, that's actually what breaks me. The fact that we were going to have a conversation, and we kept on saying, I was going through our chats last night, and I was just totally and utterly devastated, to be very honest. And to hear that she literally died by an armed robbery attack at her home in Katampe, literally, I mean, just even makes the matter worse, because it's like, Nigeria, what are we doing? We're losing young, bright minds to the insecurity of this country. Like, okay, fine, something has to be done. I don't want to go on for so long. Something definitely has to be done. Yes, and of course, also on the 14th of August, 2025, she actually made this tweet, which actually said, I pray from the depth of my heart that Nigeria never happens to me or anyone I care about. This was literally, I mean, you can see the number of views it had there. She made this post at 2:18 p.m. and to think of the fact that what she feared the most was literally what happened is just absolutely tragic.
Extremely tragic situation. Apparently, the whole situation is still under investigation. It does feel like there are a lot more questions than answers as of right now. Extremely young, bright, energetic personality just being snuffed out. It's said that it was a robbery. There's not many details about what sort of robbery it was, how it happened, what could have happened to her, whether she was, hurt or something like. Nobody really knows the details. All we really know is that, a bright star has been snuffed out. Her light's just been blown out for no reason, no good reason. And what she said there in her tweet, may Nigeria never happen to you, is something that I believe we should talk about.
Yeah.
And since we don't have the details as to whether she was rushed to hospital, whether she was given medical attention, whether there was even emergency services called in we don't have all that information. Saying may Nigeria not happen to you it's not just something that's sadly synonymous with Nigeria, but it is something that needs to be addressed. Security in terms of lives and property, armed robberies are things that happen a lot more frequently than people like to admit. And there was a time we used to hear about it every other newspaper article was about robberies.
Yeah.
But we don't hear about them much anymore until someone in the public space, is affected. It's something we really need to address. Hopefully the authorities are taking extra care and measures, especially during these Ember months, which is another conversation in itself. I wanted to, ask Gbemi about, if she wanted to contribute to this particular conversation, because you've also been abroad. You've traveled the world. Have you had conversations regarding security and coming back home to Nigeria?
Yeah. I think it's a very tough one. My mom actually was the first person to share this story with me because she knows that I live alone. And, African parents are always like, young ladies living at home.
Yeah.
And for me, I find it so sad that we don't have that kind of security or safety. Like, to feel safe here, you need to buy your own safety, through your guards, through, the locks and the cameras, and just all these extra steps in a country that, in a place where you should be getting that from the country. So for me, it's very sad, especially to see someone so young with so many hopes. I'm sure, it's just a tough conversation to have, and I just hope that, Nigeria gets better.
Yeah.
And of course, may God give her family the fortitude to be able to bear such a loss, such a bright young lady.
Yes.
Now, Edgar.
Yeah.
Earlier on, we mentioned this Ember Months thing.
Yeah.
And I think this is like a call to action for everyone. If you haven't, checked your security, checked your, if you've not installed cameras.
Basic security upgrades.
Yes, exactly.
Try to get stronger locks, try to get burglary proofs and all the rest. Make sure your routes are not predictable.
Yes.
Your routines are quite different as well, because sometimes with robbers, they get to study people and they try to understand, how your patterns, so make sure that you are doing things differently. The reason why I'm not even saying it with so much confidence is because, again, there is really little or nothing one can do with certain cases like this. You say, okay, why were you at home alone? But what do you expect the person to do? Or why are you working late at night? Or she closes, say, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. What do you expect this person to do?
It happened in the morning.
Yeah, it happened in the morning. So I'm just saying,
in the morning.
In daylight.
And I mean, it's just a very sad one, to be very honest. She was literally just 29 years old, few months to celebrating her 30th birthday. And it's just really sad that, this had to happen. So yes, it did happen yesterday morning, which was actually Monday morning. And we're not, as TC said, we're not clear on the details, what exactly transpired. But then again, I'm sure as we go, because right now the matter is actually interesting to note as well that the situation is actually under investigation. The police are definitely aware and they're definitely looking out for the perpetrators and all of that. But I think something that also hit me was how quick the message actually went out there. Because this is something that happened yesterday morning, and as at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. yesterday, it was literally out already in public. So now Arise News literally posted it first up on their social media page. And I'm sure, I want to believe that, due process was taken to literally probably contact the family or have conversation with the family, and then there was a confirmation of some sort before that publication went out. However, I would actually say that it would have made sense to me,
to sort of give it time.
I did put her picture up, but I did take it down because I just felt that no matter what, in a situation like this, 24 hours is too short.
A time,
do you understand, to allow the family grieve for her. Because, if you actually go on social media and see the post, you see the comments and all of that, I know I saw a number of comments talking about how, her family is not even fully aware. Something similar to that. However, this is not verified. Do you understand? However, my point is, I just felt like the speed, it just seemed quite insensitive for the message to actually be put out there so much. For me, it was actually someone in the pageant space, right? She was a reporter, someone that would normally post pictures on social media and everything. And then all through that period, I'm sure if in her lifetime she trended, she would have loved it. Now that's an image of her representing Nigeria at the international stage. And she was such a bright light. And I will keep on saying that because she actually had hosted a part of my pageant conference and all of that. And she actually hosted one of the fireside chats. And I mean, I mean, remember how she literally always pushed and pushed. She always send me messages, send me posts, and tell me, oh, I'm doing this, I'm sorting this out, I'm sending you small jobs, I'm literally bringing this. And this was someone that I was even blown away. I was like, okay, fine, like, why are you so interested and invested? But then again, speaking to people around her, that was the kind of person she was.
Yeah.
And it's just so sad. So back to what I was saying, right? With regards to grief, I mean, I feel it would be nice to actually just allow the family grieve.
Have a little bit of time.
Have a little bit of time to have that moment, right? Grieving her. Because, I mean, to think of the fact that is like her body was probably not even cold yet before the message was actually put out there.
Yeah.
And
so I think, to be honest, I think the only reason why they must have done that is because you know how stories fly. And then they're sure that because she has friends in the industry, she is quite popular as well. People will probably start taking this news out there. So they just wanted a case where, you know, before people start saying, oh, the company doesn't really care about her and all the red, let's just put out something. Right?
As much as I understand that, so it's like it can be seen in different ways. Of course, let's take charge of the narrative before it spins to something else. However, it could also be because now, like a lot of speculations are literally going on. Do you understand? I know people are actually alleging that, oh, it could have been an assassination, blah, blah. Do you understand? So it's all sorts is literally already coming up. But then again, this actually put it out there that make sure you verify any information before you actually put it out there or tell it to somebody and or post it, right? It's actually very important. But I still stand by what I stand. Whether you're trying to control the narrative or not, give the family time to grieve. And to be very honest, that kind of public information, I mean, should probably come from a family member. That's my take.
So just on a final note, really, for this segment, please take care, you know, call family members, friends, ask them to bolster up on their security measures this final quarter of the year as we go into October. As she tweeted in August, may Nigeria never happen to you. Let's wrap it up with that and say, of course, rest in peace, Sumi. Let's take a quick break, everyone. We'll be back after this.